Oh, here she is. Okay, good morning and welcome. Good to see you all. I'll mute you, all of you. All right. So for today's class, please make sure you have a couple of blocks. A strap is an option. And today's class, welcome, welcome, Mary. Good morning. She's here. All right. Today's class, the focus is, don't get scared from the Sanskrit, and it says Stira Sukha Asana. And what that translates as Stira means stability, Sukha means ease, good space, Asana means a pose, or in the old days, it will be a seat. So in the old days, they didn't even practice yoga the way we know it, but they would sit or prep the body to sit for hours to meditate. So you first have to have stability to create that sense of freedom. So through the pose, if you find yourself struggling, the opposite of sukha, which is good space, is dukkha. Dukkha is suffering. So if you find yourself in a place where you're struggling and you cannot breathe, then you have to back off a little bit in order to create that stability, to create the ease. And now, the whole essence of teaching yoga, as we always talk about, is how do we take this experience in a safe environment to our daily lives? How can we find stability so we find ourselves more free in our minds and in our hearts? One of the ways is to not overwhelm ourselves. All of us want everything yesterday, and we want more, and we want to push more. And then over time, we notice that we are fatigued, anxious, overwhelmed, so on and so forth. So the pause in the practice teaches us to organize our thoughts and our mannerism and so on and so forth. So without further ado, come into your back in a constructive rest. You're on your back, sacrum on the floor, that's the base of your pelvis, below your spine and above your tailbone. Open your feet slightly wider than your hips, and then bring your knees towards each other. That's constructive rest. Take one hand over your heart and one over your belly. Relax your shoulders. Find the back of your skull grounded. And as you scan your body, give yourself permission to arrive. Some of us come from taking care of spouses and maybe pets, maybe big babies, little babies. So give yourself permission to arrive. This is your space, this is your time. And start to bring awareness to your breath. Notice your chest expanding through the front, the side, and the back ribs. And at the top of your breath, your belly is bulging. And then exhale, let it go. If you need to exhale through your mouth in the beginning, go ahead and do so. Inhale, expand your ribs, three-dimensional breathing. And exhale. And again, inhale to the front, the side, the back. Feel maybe even a little pressure under your collarbones. Exhale. And again, inhale. And now assist your breath with your imaginary pillar of light. We'll refer to it as a flashlight now, and becomes your inner eye. And visualize that little pillar of light radiating through your body, breaking into that connective tissue that may be storing tension and toxins. And now you're poking it with your breath, When you pause, you feel that pressure, like you're pressing into the edges of a balloon. And then exhale, let it go. And as you scan your body, notice your back body, find that stability, what's touching the floor. Notice your feet pressing the mat. And now as you almost pressing the mat like a pad, and we'll refer to your feet as a source of energy, like a pad of energy, as you're pressing your feet through the mat, creating a sense of stability, radiating that energy to your hips, to your shoulders, to the crown of your head, and then that energy travels right back all the way to your feet. And when you catch yourself holding your breath or trying to avoid the part in your body, pause and look at it. Notice why. Shine your light and breathe in there. Good. And now with your next breath, we'll do the opposite. Bring the soles of your feet together and open your knees to the side. If you need to put blocks under your thighs, you're welcome to do so. And now visualize that light through the inner groins, traveling through the inner thigh to your inner knee. Your front lower ribs are pressing down to your spine, and there's a sense of ease in your body. The tendency is to put more weight towards your tailbone, and now your low back is arching. Can you press your sacrum, that space between your spine and your tailbone, that little triangular bone? And for some of you, that means that your knees come up a little higher. And now can you relax and find that sense of freedom? Sukha, good space, as you find a sense of stability. Use your breath as a source of healing. Use your pillar of light as a source of clarity, awareness, guidance. And now we're going to go through movement here. External, you're right now in external rotation of your hips. And now open your arms out in a T position. Make a fist with your hands. Tone your arms. Inhale. And then on the exhale, keep your knees as they are, but bring your arms over your heart, extended to the ceiling. Inhale, open your arms and squeeze your legs like you have a ball between your legs, your thighs. And now slowly open your knees and bring your arms towards the midline, like you're making a little push with your arms, with your forearms. Inhale, squeeze your inner thighs, your lower core is working, open your arms. Front lower ribs are down. Exhale, arms up, open your knees, stay on your sacrum. One more. Inhale, open your arms, squeeze your inner thighs like you have a ball. Good. Exhale, arms up, open your knees. Take your hands outside of your thighs, and now bring your knees upright, hug your knees to your chest. Little circle with your knees in one direction and in the other direction. Through the practice, you're finding that stability to create a sense of ease. Drop your left foot down to the floor. Bend your right leg to 90 degrees and now spread your toes. Right hand on your right thigh. Left hand over your front lower ribs. Press those ribs down. And now press your sacrum down. Press the left leg like you're going to push the floor with your left leg. Stay strong on that left leg. Fire up those glutes. Pelvic floor in and up, your shoulders are grounded. This is step number 1. Step number 2, fire up your core. Press your sacrum, lift your left foot 3 inches off the floor. Breathe in here, little. You know the option. If you feel this is enough, you stay. If you need a little more, extend your knee and engage your quad muscle. So now your left leg is extended. That's an extra option. Resist your right thigh to your right hand. Core is active. You're on your sacrum, not your tailbone. And now slowly bend your left leg to the floor. Stay here, breathe. Inhale. Resist your leg to your hand. Front lower ribs down. Pelvic floor in and up. And now press your left leg so much that your glutes are super active. Step 1, stay here. Step 2, lift your left foot off the floor, hover. Spread those toes. Are you breathing? Step 3, extend the left leg and quad muscles are active. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your left leg. Right ankle over your left knee. Open your arms in the T position. Heel toe your left foot to the left. And now drop your knees to the right. We're not staying, and then we're coming up halfway. Inhale, drop your knees to the right. Ground that left hip towards the floor, even if it's not touching. Slowly come up halfway. Last time, inhale. Exhale, drop your knees to the right. Now stay a little bit longer here. Ground that left glute towards the floor. It's not gonna touch, but visualize your hip bone, your pelvic bone is pressing down, the bony part in the front of your pelvis, pressing down to the floor. And now breathe all the way towards your belly. Slowly come up. Release your right leg. Wiggle your hips a little bit. Lift your left leg off the floor 90 degrees. Left hand to your thigh. Right hand front lower ribs. Stamp your right foot. Sacrum on the floor. You're not on your tailbone. Press the right foot until your glutes are active. Your hamstrings are active. Pelvic floor in and up. Stay here or lift your right foot off the floor slightly. Spread your toes. Stay here or extend your right leg. Quad muscles active. Between your chin and your breastbone, you have a little apple. Breathe. Check again. Are you on your tailbone? Lift your tailbone off the floor. Press your right leg down to the floor. Stay here. Big inhale. On the exhale, resist your thigh to your hand. Sacrum on the floor. Press your right foot. Stay here or lift your right foot slightly. Breathe. Stay here or extend your right leg slow. Quad muscles are active. 4. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly drop your right leg. Left ankle over your right knee. Heel toe your right foot to the right. Open your arms in a T. Exhale, drop your knees to the left. Breathe here. Draw the right hip down to the floor. And then come halfway up. Inhale. Exhale. Drop it again to the left. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Notice your ribs want to bulge out, grounded towards your spine. Slowly come up. Hug your knees. Cross your ankles. Rock and roll a couple of times. And come all the way up to quadruped. How we doing? Great. Good. All right. So your knees are going to be in front of your hips for more stability. So typically we say knees under the hips. And for many of us, we lose that stability in the pelvis. We lose the pelvis. Do you see that? So if you bring your knees in front of your hips, now you have more stability. Turn your your fingers sideways, or for some of you, you can even turn your fingers towards your knees. Okay? If you're on the computer a lot, that's going to be hard. Now, lift your chest and open your heart like you do in a cow pose. And then on the exhale, round your spine, gaze towards your navel. Inhale, chest down to the floor, widen your collarbone. As if you're dragging the heels of your hands towards your knees. Exhale, round your spine. Last one, inhale. And now exhale. Tuck your toes under, and now peel the heels of your hands off the floor any amount. Shoulders back, your core a little active. So again, we don't want to drop the chest because then we do in a pelvic tilt that we don't want. So now lift a little, yes. And now peel your hands all the way, circle your wrist a little bit. Good. Bring your palms in front of you. So anytime we do weight bearing, you want to press your fingers on the floor, then you want to grip them out like you have a vacuum, you suction. Just like we have in our feet, we have those arches to create a sense of balance. It's pressure going down and pressure coming up. Same thing with the hands. If we don't do that, then our poor wrists are going to cry and they would not like to do the poses you like to do. So index finger forward, elbow aligned with your thumb, give or take. And now grip the mat, like claw the mat with your fingers. Mary, look at my fingers, claw the mat, yes. And now push the floor and gaze forward. So now every part in your body is working, not your wrist, but you bringing forward so your serratus, your scapula is working. Pelvic floor like you have a block, core, nothing is collapsing because now we lost our core. Push. And now tuck your toes under and lift your hips to downward facing dog. For some of you, your knees are bent. Breathe. Keep that same spine and maybe you bend and straighten your leg. Push. And now visualize you pulling the mat with your palms without moving them to the right and to the left. Good. Walk your feet about 1 inch back and now come into your plank pose. Your spine didn't change. You can go down to your knees, push the floor forward, and now drop your knees down, child's pose. Inhale from your pelvic floor like a wave of power. Lift your chest forward. Push the floor. You stay with your knees on the floor or lift plank pose. Lift your chest. Draw the heels of your hands towards your feet. Lift your chest off the floor. Glutes are active. Slowly drop your knees. And now drop your chest all the way in one piece. Walk your feet back. Take your hands outside of your mat. Kick your hands. Draw the shoulders back. Glutes are active. Every time we open the front body, the glutes are active. So inhale. And now exhale. Peel your chest. Gaze towards the bridge of your nose. Feel your glutes are active. Slowly release. Inhale. Exhale, glutes are active. Squeeze your inner thighs. Lift and peel your chest. Draw the shoulders back. Now, between your chin and your chest, you have a little apple. Slowly release. Now, bring your hands in front of you. This is another nice, friendly way if your body is stiff to do cobra. So, you're here, inhale, and now exhale, just lift your elbows, draw the heels of your hands towards your chest. Good, glutes are active. Depress the shoulders down. Now, I don't want to see your chin exaggerating. The movement is coming from your mid-back, opening your chest forward. That's it. 2 and 1. Slowly release. And now cobra, hands by your ribs. Inhale, draw the elbows back. They're a little bit away from your ribs. If you go too far in, you're gonna screw up your shoulders. So shoulders back and down. And now inhale, maybe it's a little cobra. Pull the heels of your hands. 3, 2, and 1. Tuck your toes under, push the floor, come into child's pose. Take your hands behind you, top of your palms on the floor, and now make little fist with your hands and open. Fist with your hands and open. Slowly gaze forward. Come into your quadruped. And now take your right leg out 90 degrees. Align your foot with your left knee. Walk your hands slightly forward. Inhale, forward, and exhale. Draw the hips back. Your core is active. Take your shoulders back with you. Walk your hands forward a little more, the knees a little more forward in front of your shoulders. Yes. Inhale. See if you can ground your foot. Exhale, draw the hips back. Acknowledge what you feel. That's how we get better, bigger. Inhale, forward. Exhale. Now, gaze to your left. Swing your right leg. Use your glute muscles all the way to the left. Tuck your toes under. And now lift your chest. Gaze over the left shoulder. Your left hip is going back. For some of you, you stay here, that's plenty. Some of you, a little core, squeeze your inner thigh, bend your left elbow to the ceiling, and then lift your left arm up. Breathe. Left arm, yeah? Left arm, the other one. That's your arm. Breathe. Lift your mid back up. That's your right hand, Mama, the opposite hand. Left arm. Your left arm. Yes, bend, yeah. Try. Yeah, I know, it's a lot. I know, I've thought of that last night in the middle of my dream. Okay, slowly, slowly. Drop your left hand. Once again, take your right leg out. Swing your left arm underneath, thread the needle. Hallelujah. Breathe. Now, do not move your left hand underneath you, Mama. Yes. So you have to use this and take a break. Take your left hand underneath. That's straight. No. See how she's doing? All the way to the floor. Your head is on the floor. Bring this head all the way here, Mama. All the way down. Don't be afraid. Go. Yeah. Breathe. You feel a stretch? Yes. Here's a block to make it easier for you. Okay. And now you're grounding your left hand and energetically pull the left shoulder to the back wall. Do you feel a stretch? Draw the left hip to the back to the left wall and breathe into that space. You're getting a chiropractor adjustment of your own. Can you breathe to your spine? Some of you want to go to the balance. First, your spine is strong. Squeeze your glutes, and now maybe your right leg flies in the air. Mike, lift your left leg a little higher from the glute. Lift your top leg. Even more, diagonal. Yes, keep going, don't lose your spine. Breathe. 4, 3, push that leg in from here. There. See? Now you feel your spine strong? Breathe in there. Keep that. Take a photograph of that. 2 and 1. Slowly come back, child's pose. Ooh, hello. Breathe in, breathe out. Unload the tension, but acknowledge what you felt and where you felt. Remember, freedom comes from struggle. Believe it or not, you have to go through the mud to get to the other side. Nobody wakes up one morning and they're strong and they're balanced and they're free. It takes the work, it takes the effort. So remember stability to create freedom. Come into all fours. This time your left leg goes out to 90 degrees. Walk your hands forward slightly. Inhale, come forward. Core active. Exhale, lengthen your tailbone. Now keep your spine in its neutral position. That means you're not dropping your front ribs. And back. You have an apple between your chin and your breastbone, or your collarbone actually. Inhale forward. Exhale. Breathe. Draw those hips back. Take your shoulders back with you. And I gaze to the right. Bring your hands in front of you just a little bit. And I swing your left leg all the way to the right. Gaze to the right. Squeeze your inner thighs. Draw the right hip back. Core is active. Stay here, or maybe bend the right elbow and lift your right arm up. So come down for a moment. If you go with your right arm like that, you're gonna swing and throw your hips off. If you bend your elbow first, you're coming from your rib cage rather than from your low back. Yeah, now lengthen your spine, breathe. Squeeze your inner thigh like you're holding your P. 2, 1. Slowly bring your right hand. Celebrate when you feel wobbly. Left leg out to the left again. Slide your right arm underneath you, and your left hand can go over your head wherever it feels good. And breathe. Keep your head on the block beneath, so you don't want to relax. Yeah, and straighten the right arm. Straighten, straighten, straighten. You can do it right here. There. And now glue your right hand and pull the right shoulder to the right wall. No, stay here. Pull this to the right wall, not to your neighbor, like you're going backwards there. There, straighten this arm more. Breathe in there, don't be afraid. Drop the right hip to the right energetically. So you get in a nice massage. Separate your teeth and your lips for a moment. Stay here. Or fly your left leg, but first your spine. Don't go too fast. Breathe. Take your leg diagonal, diagonal. Breathe. There. Now use those glutes, your mid-back strong, lift. Any variation that works for you. And now can you find that freedom within that stability? Fire up the left leg a little more, Mike. Use your glutes and your mid-back. Push from your mid-back. Beautiful. For 3, 2, 1. Come back, child's pose. Take your arms by your feet. Tops of your palms on the floor. Make fist and release. Make fist. Release, flash it out, acknowledge what you felt and where you felt. Little circles with your wrists. Bring your hands in front of you, downward facing dog. Push, and immediately we're gonna walk to the back of your mat. Keep your feet about hip-width apart. Bend your knees a lot if you need to bend your knees. Chest on your thighs. And now just pulse a little bit. Pulse, gaze forward, pulse, pulse your hips a little. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Warming up the hamstrings and the glutes. And now take your hands behind your calf muscles. Gaze forward, shoulders back, core active, inhale. And then on the exhale, drop your head down and lift your sit bones up. Some of you can straighten your knees and ear now and take your shoulders away from your ears. Yes, even more. Bend your knees if you need a break and gaze forward, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Keep shining a light through your back body. Lift the sit bones up towards the ceiling. Hollow your belly. Breathe. With your next breath, bend your knees, gaze forward, hands to your hips. Push the floor with your glutes and come all the way up. Shoulder roll. So because we're working on stability to create freedom, we're going to be doing a bunch of tree poses today and just see how your progress is. Okay? So you're at the back of your mat, stand strong on your right leg. I'll just be here so you guys can see me, but you're at the back of your mat. I would say, Denise, yeah, stay off the padded mat because stay there, just go practice in front. That's it. Mount of your big toe, little toe, center of your heel are the 3 points of center. Press them down and now lift your right kneecap, lift your left heel. Lift your chest, core active. Stay here. Or take your heel towards your inner ankle, that's tree pose. That would be it today. If you want a little more, you might go below your knee. And if you want a little more, you're going to go above your knee. And then find a place that doesn't move, and then hands to your heart center. Now squeeze everything to the midline. And like I said, we're going to do a bunch of those just to see the progress. And this is important for longevity. All the science shows that, we have to be able to balance, because otherwise, what happens to all the people? They trip, they hurt their hip, they break their hip, and they're in trouble. Diane's mom is going through that right now. Slowly, slowly lower, shake it off. Bring your weight to your left foot, mount of your big toe, little toe, center of your heel, lift your right heel. Pull that little sleeve of energy, find your stability first, find your breath, find your light, find a place that doesn't move. Maybe your heel is in the inner leg, maybe you lift it off the floor to the inner knee or below the knee. Breathe. And maybe some of you will take it above your knee and breathe. And I keep coming back to those 3 points of center of your foot, and that might throw you off. But then you're not cheating, you see? And you come back again. And that's how you train your body to be in the right space. Glutes are active. Oh, find that freedom. Okay, slowly lower down, shake your hips. You have blocks at the top of your mat in case you need them. And now from the back of your mat, is it too hot for you or too cold? Oh, okay, good. All right, now look at the top of your mat. You get to pick your own dance. It could be twist and shout. It could be tango. It could be whatever you want it to be. Walk to the top of your mat. It could be also a very mindful walk. Nobody's dancing. Ay, ay, ay. All right.
Dancing weather.
Mountain pose. Mountain pose. Big toes touch. For some of you, maybe your feet will be hip width apart. Lift your chest. Bring your hands to your heart center. And for a moment, find that stability. And find the freedom within. through every practice as we're getting warmer and warmer and more challenging. Remember what you're here for, to find stability and freedom. Inhale, lift your palms up. Urdhva Namaskar. From the creases of your thigh, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, left leg goes all the way back. Drop your left knee down to the floor. Pelvic floor in and up. Lift your chest up. Yes. Now energetically draw the left knee towards your right heel and your right heel towards your left knee. Take your left hand behind the back of your skull and take your right hand towards your lower ribs. Now align your knee with your second toe. Your knee wants to go in, swing it in. The left glute is active. And that's your neutral spine right here. Lengthen your tailbone. Breathe. And now from here, from your ribcage, swing your right arm to the right and swing your left arm. Windmill your arms, lift your spine tall, gazing to the right. You can liberate your left hand as well into a T position. And if you feel you lost stability, take your hand back again. Take your right hand behind your glutes or your thigh. Lift your left palm up. Lift your chest. Breathe in here. Variation of Ustrasana camel pose. Gaze forward. Ground your left hand. Bend your right elbow and open and twist. Opposite hand, mama. Left hand down, left hand down, left hand down. Open your right arm. Relax your back foot for now. Relax the top of your foot. Now, do a little crunch with your front lower ribs and then twist your left ribs towards your right inner thigh. Breathe in here. Gaze forward, find your blocks. Tuck your left toes under, pyramid pose. Right leg is still forward. Straighten your legs if you can. Straighten your right leg as well. You're too far with your left leg, please. Bring your left leg closer to you. And take it further to the left. So you can bring the block taller. You can make the block taller. And now draw the right hip back. And when you get fatigued, bend the knee and then come back again. Breathe in, breathe out. Draw the right hip, chest forward, widen your collarbones. Now slowly bend your right knee, move the block out of your way. Plank pose, either drop your left knee first or straight back to plank pose. Keep your knees on the floor. If you need to, come all the way to your tippy toes. Drop your knees down to the floor, lower down, chaturanga. Glutes are active. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push the floor, downward facing dog. Walk your hands to your feet. Bend your knees and lift your chest all the way up. Bring your weight to your right foot, lift your left heel up. Tree pose, any variation that works for you. Maybe this time you fly your arms. Find your center, find your stability and freedom, especially in your mind. Allow yourself to be free of any attachment. I cannot do this. I'm so bad. I'm this and that. Be here, show up. Slowly bring your left leg forward and then bring it forward, one step forward. Stand strong on your left leg and I find your tree pose on the opposite side. Help yourself. Remember, yoga teaches us to allow the ego to be quiet. We're smarter than the ego. But all of you look so scared and serious. Find that freedom. Make it look effortless. And that means that maybe you have to drop your leg and find that freedom first. With your next breath, bring your right leg forward to the top of your mat. Feet together. Doing okay? Inhale, lift your palms up. From the hips, exhale, forward fold. Okay, inhale, halfway lift. We're going to move a little faster. This time, your right leg goes back. Drop your right knee down to the floor. Relax your back foot. Lift your chest. The right glute is active. Okay, so now your ankle and your knee are aligned together. And walk your right foot. Everyone notice this tendency for, and I still have to check it. Sometimes your foot goes in an angle because it's compensating. And then when you correct it, you feel like, oh my gosh. So yeah, that's those train tracks. Right hand behind your head, left hand to your front ribs. Find that apple. Glutes are active. Feel the freedom here. Inhale. With your next breath, left hand swings from the rib cage. Gaze to the left, and now free your right hand as well. Keep breathing. Find your freedom. That's what you have to remind yourself with the midst of the challenge. Right hand down to the floor. Sorry, no, don't go there yet. Right hand, sorry, left hand behind your glute or your hamstring. Lift your ribs, not your arms so much, but your rib cage. Breathe, open the front body. And again, where is the freedom within this challenge? Leading with your right hand, take your right hand down to the floor. Bend your left elbow, open the right rib towards your left. Keep breathing. Front lower rib doing a little crunch and then rotate a little more to the left. With your next breath, gaze forward. Frame your left foot, find your blocks if needed. Tuck your right toes under, pyramid pose. Now bring your right foot in a little. Draw the left hip back. Stretch it out. Now I don't want to see anybody's head. If you have a plum where your chin is coming to your chest, okay, you're gonna correct that, and I want to see broad shoulders. Yeah, even more. Pull the shoulders back. If you get fatigued, bend your left knee a little. Inhale, exhale. Acknowledge where you feel the resistance, where you breathe. With your next breath, bend your left knee, move the blocks out of the way, plank pose. Walk your feet back, come all the way to your tippy toes, drop your knees down if needed, drop your chest down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Up dog, your elbows are straight and your knees are off the floor, your glutes are active. You don't have to do it. You're on the top of your feet, mama. Glutes active. Pull the shoulders back, chest forward. Downward facing dog. Walk your hands to your feet. Bend your knees, push the floor, come all the way up. A few shoulder rolls. Bring your weight to your left foot. Lift your right heel, tree pose. Each time, maybe you're more grounded. Maybe you're now so grounded that you can fly, and even there's a storm, but you still have that control. Okay? And then you fall and you come back again, because without trying, we cannot grow. You can maybe even play with your arms. Get out of your comfort zone, but still stay in that goal or our intention today of stability to find freedom. With your next breath, bring your right knee upright, gaze forward, bring your right foot forward, shift your weight to your right foot, tree pose. Breathe. Oh. So the longer we do this, those little neurons are popping up new ones. And it's like, oh, I haven't been here before. It's like, welcome, come over. Let's be friends. So 3, 2, and 1. Gaze forward, lift your knee upright, bring your foot forward, feet together. All right, how we doing?
Great.
Why you look so scared? We just started. That's the warm-up. Okay, so now we have one more round. We're gonna move a little faster. You already know the modified, what we did. Otherwise, you can just crank it up a little bit more. All right, inhale, lift your palms up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Left leg goes back. Keep your knee off the floor. Micro bending your back knee. Glutes are active. Lift your chest up, crescent pose. Again, you can take your hand behind your head and your front ribs to remind you. Lengthen your tailbone. You can always drop your knee down, leading with your right hand, windmill your arm to the right, much more challenging, and extend your left arm. Breathe that way, to the right. Mm-hmm. Right hand behind your thigh or your glutes, lift your left arm up. Breathe, glutes are active. Gaze forward, left hand down. Easy twist. Breathe. Bend your right knee. Lift your left heel. Left heel is up. Gaze forward, frame your right foot, pyramid pose. Bring your left leg in a little if needed. Okay, how are your shoulders doing? I want to see a proud chest. Gaze forward. Right hip goes back for 3. Right leg forward, right leg. 2 and 1. Bend your right leg, move your blocks. Plank pose. Walk your feet back slightly. Come all the way forward, knees down. Always a great option. Drop your chest down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your hands to your feet. Bend your knees, you know what's coming. Push and come all the way up. Hands to your heart center. Bring your weight to your right foot. Now you're more solid, you're more connected. Your neurons are turned on. Tree pose. Maybe your hands behind you. Widen your collarbones. Breathe. So first find your stability and then find your freedom. And no matter what goes around you, you have that space within you that keeps you centered. Gaze forward, lift your right leg upright, the left leg, sorry, and bring it forward. Shift your weight forward, tree pose. Breathe. Maybe your chair is maybe your tree is a little crooked. And just get out of your comfort zone. Go to a place you haven't been before and remind yourself that if you wobbled and failed, you tried and come back again. Breathe. Slowly come up. Bring your foot forward, knee up, gaze forward, feet together. Last round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, right leg goes back. Core active, bend your right knee slightly. Lift your chest up. Windmill your arms to the left. From the rib cage. Breathe. Now, where's your freedom? Show me your freedom. Left hand behind your right thigh or your glute. Lift your heart. Ooh. Keep lifting your chest. 2, 1. Gaze forward, leading with your right hand. Take your right hand down. Bend your left elbow, easy twist. And when the waves are high, you're breathing, you're shining a brighter light, and find that freedom within you. Gaze forward from your left foot, pyramid pose behind your blocks. Bring your right foot in a little more, and now draw the left hip back. Breathe. Maybe your blocks are tall. Shoulders back, core active. That's it. When you get tired, bend your left knee a little, and then straighten it a little. Bend a little. Straight, Mary. You know what I'm going to tell you. Shoulders back. No, don't look down. I want this back. Breathe. Widen your collarbone now. Yes, yes. Find your apple. Oh, better. There. I want to take a photo. 2, 1. Bend your left knee. Move the blocks out of the way. Plank pose. Come all the way forward. Drop your knees down and close your chest. Stay here. Walk your knees back. Come to your forearms and Sphinx pose. Okay, so everyone lift your fingers off the floor, elbows under your shoulders. Glutes are active, so this is like a back bend. Align your wrist with your elbow with your shoulder. So you see how your wrist is going in. Look at your wrist and look at your elbow. 90 degrees. See, so it's here, your elbow, take it out. Yes, push. And now bring your elbows a little forward because your elbows behind your shoulders. And now lift your fingers, pad, and now peel the heels of your hands towards your chest. Yeah, and now notice how your chest is coming forward. Now, I don't want to see a grapefruit, so drop your chin down a little. Yes. And now bring your chest a little forward. Breathe. Keep breathing. Now, look at your left hand. Bring your left forearm towards your right wrist. Keep your elbow there. It's just the forearm coming in. Come to your right hand. Bend your right knee. Core active, glutes active. Peel your right leg behind you. And now push the right heel of your hand. Your right fingers turning to the right slightly, to the right part. And now right foot on the floor. Yes. Push your hips, hollow your belly, gaze towards your right elbow. Breathe, hollow your belly like you're rounding your spine here. Get a nice stretch. Slowly come back. Bend your right knee in a tree pose and now slide your left hand underneath you. Maybe a block, maybe your forehead on the floor. So glide your right knee all the way so you're on your belly, Yes, glide, glide, glide. And now visualize your right ribcage wants to come to the floor. It's not going to happen. Depress the left shoulder. Breathe. Notice where you feel. Relax your forehead. Breathe into what you feel. Remember, we want to find the discomfort. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Explore and notice what gives you better feedback. Soft with this hand. glide. Feel that?
Oh, yeah.
Now depress the shoulder back. Breathe.
Oh.
Keep breathing. Gonna glide your knee forward. Yeah. More. Come to your belly. Oh, oh. Feel it? When you get fatigued, a little break. And then forward. Break. Softly descend now. So remember, find that freedom within the stability. And when you feel the challenge, look at it, shine your light like aromatherapy oil, and then exhale, let it go. Extend your right leg back. Slide your left arm out of there. And now look at your right hand. Keep your elbow there, not there yet. Right forearm goes towards your left wrist. Turn your left fingers to the wide part of your mat. Bend your left knee. Push the floor and now swing your left leg behind you. Keep your left hand as far away from you, so that's going to give you a deeper stretch. Depress the shoulder, lift your ribcage up, inhale, and now exhale, draw the hips, hollow your belly, gaze towards your left elbow. Breathe. Now visualize that balloon in your back body, and you're pulling the edges of the balloon, breathe into it. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly gaze towards your right hand. Bend your left leg into a tree pose. Slide your right arm all the way underneath you, as far in, and now extend your left arm or your left arm by your chest, forehead on the floor. And now depress the right shoulder. And now, once you find your stability, find the ease, the freedom. Notice your jawline, as if you're wearing a sleeve of comfort. And when you find yourself resisting, notice where. Breathe into it. So there is this inner soft conversation through your body that is softening the edges. When you feel it, I feel you, I acknowledge you, and I'm here to heal you with your breath, with your pillar of light, and let it go. Where is the stability? Stira. Where is the good space, the ease? Sukha. And then you pose, asana. And if you feel that you're suffering, maybe you need to change something. And breathe. And now peel another layer of tension and resistance off your being and replace it with your bright light. Slowly, slowly. Come back to your belly. Extend your left leg back. Slide your right arm. Take a moment to reset. And also remind yourself how quickly, from being challenged and finding yourself in this little roller coaster of going and doing, how quickly you can cheat your nervous system in a good way. How taking a pause and giving yourself something allows you to reset your nervous system as well. Breathe in and breathe out. And more importantly, if that's the only challenge you're going to have in your life, would you not sign a contract for that? Would you rather feel challenge in your hip or in your shoulder versus, well, we need to run extra tests on you? I don't like that. So when you hear you challenge by choice, celebrate. And own that freedom of being here. No matter what the challenges are, you here. Slowly, hands by your ribs, push the floor, come all the way back to downward facing dog. And walk your hands towards your feet. Push the floor and slowly come up. Okay, so now you have your blocks in front of you. We have one last flow. You're at the top of your mat. We're gonna start with the tree pose, standing on your right leg. So before we go there, for tree pose, it's gonna be a little challenging, but I'll give you an option. So for tree pose, we're gonna go to warrior three, which is not an easy pose, but you have an option to either find the blocks, so you do the modified. You can also drop that leg back if you need to. So from here, you might just take the leg back and just do this variation. Okay. Right leg standing strong, tree pose. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Breathe and find it. So stability doesn't come easy. You have to work for it. Just like in our lives. It doesn't like, oh, I'm so balanced. My life is perfect. I don't believe that. You have to work for it. Breathe again and again. Be persistent. Find quietness in your mind. And now slowly bring your left knee upright. You can bring your hands to your heart center. It's easier. Virabhadrasana 3, warrior 3. Breathe. Now listen. Think of that left leg going far back behind you. Bend your right knee and turn everything to the left. Bend your right knee and now grab your hamstrings or your ankle. Breathe, lengthen your chest. So you're turning everything to the left. To the left. That's to the right. So you're bending your right leg through the top of your mat. So you need to go the other way. Yeah, so three, yes, there you go. Breathe, turn that way, mama. Turn that way, that way. Bend your right leg, feet are wide. Good. Now bring your hands to the center between your legs and look at your left leg. Turn your left toes to the back of your mat. And now push the floor and come all the way up. Hands to your rib cage. Turn your ribs to the right. Bend your left knee, warrior two. Warrior two to the back of your mat. Breathe. Right leg is straight. Ooh, yes. Turn your left palm up, right hand on your thigh, reverse your warrior. Breathe. Konasana, side angle, left forearm on your left thigh. Turn your right palm up and over your head, or take your left hand towards your ankle. Breathe. Gaze to the top of your mat. Lift your right heel, frame your left foot. You're into runner's lunge now. And now bring your right foot in a little. Walk your hands forward on your fingertips and now lift your right leg either to an L shape or into needle all the way a little higher. Your standing leg is your left leg, glute is active. Breathe. Slowly bend your left leg, take your right leg all the way back, and now turn everything to the right. And to the right again, you're at the top of your mat. Turn everything to the top, right here, the knees, this way, yeah. Drop your left knee down to the floor if you need a pad for your knee. Right foot forward, left knee back. Good. Take your hands on the inside and heel to your right foot. So you're into lizard lunge here. Your glutes are active. Maybe a block. And now take your forearm on the block. You could also go to the outer blade of your right foot and breathe. You don't have to, you just try. Yeah. You can stay here. You can stay here at the knees also. Yeah. Shoulders away from your ears. Breathe. Okay, now you bring in energetically the left knee towards your heel, like you're pulling it forward. Walk your left knee back a little so you're on top of your knee on the patella, okay? And now you're gonna bend your left leg, reach your right hand, and maybe you grab that foot with a strap. I'll come and help you if you need a strap. Now, hollow your belly, come to your hand, Andy, come to your hand. Coming to your left hand will be easier. Breathe in. Now, a little crunch, a little core here. Close and then open. Yeah. And breathe. Okay. Straighten your hand, straighten your hand, walk your hand down. Yeah. And now breathe in and rotate your left rib cage. Good. Your left rib cage towards your right inner thigh. There. Keep feeling that freedom. Where's the freedom? 3, 2, and 1. Ever so slowly release. Ooh. All right, you had one more little something. Heel to your right foot in. Okay, and now find your little half Hanuman, half split. Or some of you can slide the right leg forward and back. Left knee down, forward and back. Some of you can glide, little core, glide, okay? Some of you can, of course, stay here. And then some of you can put a block under your right attachment of your sit bone. And maybe you straighten. Okay. And again, this is practice. People is like, oh my gosh, how can you do this? I invested 15 years of my time doing that. Doesn't come easy, right? Some of it you have to work on, yes. Breathe. Find the freedom, find the stability here. You can bend and straighten your right leg. Good job, yeah? Wherever you are, bring your back knee in a little, and then use a little core with your right leg. Lift your left knee, shift your weight back, and come to the top of your mat. Move the blocks out of your way, push the floor all the way up, inhale. We only have 2 legs, aren't you lucky? And back in. Okay, last one, hallelujah. So don't get confused. We're gonna go with the standing on the left leg, and then we're gonna open to the right. So the right leg leads the way, okay? Here we are. Tree pose, make it your best one yet. It's the last one. Up, 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 up. But you see, this is, doing all of this makes you stronger. I'm not kidding. Because these different fibers is like, oh, who is this? It's me. I'm here. I've been in your body 62 years. Okay. Breathe.
I'm on what she's having.
Okay, so breathe, find your ease. Don't be too serious in it. Just give yourself permission to breathe. Look at you, Denise. Hallelujah. You see? Yes. Progress. And now slowly, we're going to bring the knee upright. Virabhadrasana 3. Those glutes are active, core. Maybe your leg touches, maybe your blocks instead. 3, 2, and 1. Wherever you are, take the right leg back and now turn everything to the right. Turn to the leg. Yes. Bend your left knee, grab your ankle or your hamstring. Breathe. So thank you for being patient today. We have a new student. She has never done yoga before, a very dear friend of mine. So I didn't want to scare her to death. She's probably already scared. But slow doesn't mean easy. Okay, now take your hands to the center of your right side of the mat, and now look at your right foot, turn your right toes to the right part, to the back of your mat, push the floor, come all the way up. Left leg is straight, turn your ribs to the left, bend your right knee, you're at the back of your mat, your right knee is bent, you're at the back of your mat, right knee bends, yes. Warrior 2, left leg is straight. Breathe. Turn your hands to the lake, the knees to the lake. Yeah. Turn your right palm up, left hand on your thigh, reverse your warrior. Lift your rib cage up. Side angle, right forearm on your thigh or on your ankle. Turn your left palm up and over your ear. Breathe. Nice, Cindy. Okay, now turn to the back of your mat, Turn your hands to frame your right foot and lift your left heel, you in runner's lunge. Bring your left foot in a little bit, and now take your hands in front of your mat, take your hands, lift your left leg to an L shape, or come a little closer with your chest and lift the left leg. Where's your ease? Now you see your stability comes from your hands and your right foot, your core. Slowly think of that left leg, bend your right knee, go back to your runner's lunge. Take your hands to the left and turn everything to the left until you walk to the top of your mat. Your right heel comes up. Drop your right knee down. Take your hands on the inside, heel to your left foot. So your toes, the box of your toes are to the left. You can find a block or 2 blocks. You can be on your hands. And now tuck your right toes under and walk your right knee slightly back so you're right above the patella. You can stay on your hands. You can come on your forearms. Core is active. Take your shoulders back, nothing changing your spine. You still have the neutral spine. And now you can stay here, or you can come to your hands, or if you have more range of motion, you can stay with your right form. Otherwise, you're coming to your hands. Bend your right knee. Lift your glutes off the floor and then reach your left hand to your foot or to a strap. Glutes are active, and now hollow your belly and rotate your right ribs towards your left. Lengthen your spine tall like you're pulling an umbrella. Breathe. That's it. Keep breathing. Open. Breathe. Follow your belly. Oh, yeah. Now lengthen your spine tall, tall, tall. Pull this like a folded umbrella that you're pulling the stick out. Very give you your right ribs, follow your belly, do a little crunch. Yes. Now keep this apple there. And now breathe. Widen your collarbones for 3. If you take your hand in, breathe. There. Glutes active, mama. Now lengthen your spine tall. Give me your ribcage to, oh. 2 and 1. Slowly release it. Okay, we have one last thing. Hold on. There's more. One more. Well, the left foot. Heel to your left foot forward. Find your blocks. And now forward and backwards. Forward, backwards. And you might stay doing this the whole time, which is an amazing benefit to hydrate the tissue. Don't look down, Mary. There. And then maybe you glide your heel forward and back. Forward and back. Some of you might put that block under your left sit bone attachment. Breathe. Now, focus on where you are. Where does your body need you the most? That's where you shine your light. That's where you try to resist a little less and breathe more. Okay, slowly releasing it. Move the block out of the way. Take your left leg back and now lay on your belly. Make a pillow with your hands. Walk your feet back. And this time take your left hand to 11 o'clock. Shift your body to the right. And now flip your right leg behind you. Your right hand is resting by your chest. And now we've done all this beautiful work. You might find that you can go a little further. Your left hand, mama, stay on your belly. This hand goes to 11. Okay. So stay here. And flip this leg behind you. Yeah. This is easier if it's straight. And then the right stay here, and then that's recovery. Here, you tease it and come back. And relax your head. Tease it and then, oh, maybe I can stay a little longer. Breathing there. Breathe. Breathe. Oh, take it back a little further. But if you don't do it, you guys, you're going to lose mobility. Yeah, and then recovery. And back. Shine a light up your spine. Breathe. Breathe deeply. And now where's the freedom in your pose? Where's the stability? And where is that little aromatherapy oil through your body? Can you relax your shoulder joints a little more? Can you be courageous enough to go into those little deep cracks and visualize how you're healing that tissue as you stress it out? You're also mobilizing, strengthening, hydrating, promoting blood flow. And notice with little tiny adjustment, nobody can even notice them except for you. You can travel through those little layers in your body. Slowly come to your belly. Take a moment, breathe. And now visit where you felt. Little shoulder roll if you need to. Breathe. When you don't go to the places that need attention, remember that narrative, oh, I can't do this, oh, I mustn't do that. You're going to lose it. All right, shift your body to the left. Right arm goes to 1 o'clock, or for some of you, 3 o'clock. Turn your right cheek on the floor, and now flip your left leg to the right. And breathe. Relax your left hand by your chest, your left hand by your chest. And relax all the way down. Your forearm is on the floor. Yes. And breathe. And celebrate when you find something that needs attention. Because if your body is kind enough to let you know, and you ignore it again and again, that's when injuries happen. And use your healing with compassion, not from judgment, not from pushing too far, or the opposite is totally ignoring it and avoiding. So breathe. And then as your tissue adapts to one, then move your arm a little higher and just test the water and see. Breathe. Shine a light where you feel those little cobwebs. Breathe into them. Notice what you tensing up, maybe your shoulders, maybe your mind, maybe your jawline. Breathe in there. And now slowly come back. Take a moment. Notice the residue of where you are. A few shoulder rolls. And then slowly roll over to your back. Hug your knees to your chest. Even your body out. Massage your sacrum and your pelvis. And then slowly find your Shavasana, your final relaxation. You could put blocks under your knees if you wish. If you have something to put over your eyes, you're welcome to. Breathe in and breathe out. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. You okay, Mama? You okay? Yes. Extend your legs out. Reach back. Go back, Mama. Go back. Shift back. Straight legs. And now relax. Yes. And now you're peeling those layers. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Feel your lungs, your chest. Hold, 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 hold. And through the mouth, exhale. And now shine that light through your body. And now that you've done all this beautiful work, we prep the body for this final relaxation, total surrendering to the best of our ability. Soften your skin, your eyebrows. And visualize that little ray of light from your third eye, the space between your eyebrows, traveling down your body, creating that freedom. And as you notice your back body creating a sense of stability, Mother Earth is there to support you. Breathe in and breathe out. And slowly, slowly, you letting go, you're unwinding that little control in the body. And visualize those rays of light radiating through your body like little road maps. And each little road map is a meridian that connects with another meridian and another meridian in your body to create a sense of balance. Visualize those little road maps illuminated through your body, connecting all your body parts, your physical, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, your energetic body. To this harmonious place within you. Now notice the internal noises and the external noises, and let it pass by you. And maybe you can think of someone that is dear to your heart, that needs your love and attention. Look at them and send them your love, your positive energy. And with that, bring your hands to your heart center in a prayer pose. And feel the connection between your palms to your sacred place, where your inner light is always shining, filled with compassion and love, hope and gratitude. Breathe into that space. Now slowly bring your knees to your chest. Roll over to a fetus pose. And I always say, each and every one of us have this little fetus in us that needs care and love and surrendering. And it takes a lot of strength to say, I need help. I need a moment. So own that little freedom right here. And how do we connect our mat time to our daily life? How do we leave yoga off the mat? How do we find the stability and the freedom? What do we take from the practice? Slowly push through your top hand, extend your leg to a comfortable seat. Sit nice and tall. Bring your hands together. Separate your fingers and then open your middle three fingers into a lotus mudra and bring your lotus mudra to your heart. It reminds us of, resembles purity and love. And what's so beautiful about the lotus flower that it grows in muddy water. So without the mud, we don't get this beautiful flower. Without the work, the effort, we don't get to earn that beautiful flower. But, there's a but. You choose if you want to live in the mud or you're thriving for the lotus flower within you. I wish you all a wonderful Sunday and namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Good job, everyone. I hope practice served you well. Bye-bye.